How do you do, folks? Another week has slid by us, and that means it is time to go around the hockey world and check out everything worth another look. Whether it's Ovi chasing down Gretzky, the big hits, some incredible goals, and the not so incredible goals.
That is something else. Talk about a way to get off the schneid.
We, of course, got some great sound bites.
We gotta go, the lights are out.
He's been in the league longer than I've been alive, I think, so.
I can't play anymore. It's too much.
I mean, walking's walking, skating's skating.
What's the difference?
And even had the Jets making a little NHL history, although their fans are ruthless as ever.
And the fans are having a blast here today.
With plenty to cover, let's get to it. We'll start in Colorado with one I can't say I've seen before. The Kraken shoot, miss, and the puck would curl its way all the way around to the other end of the ice. The Avs recover, and 40 seconds would go by before they would eventually score. Or did they? The Kraken challenge it, and it did appear that they were way offside at the entry here, so the goal was waved off, and these guys didn't like it. But they would take another look and realize, oh yeah, that was shot by the Kraken, meaning they brought it into their own zone, therefore it couldn't have been offside. And so the goal was reversed again.
Never seen anything like this.
And staying in Colorado, this is exclusive footage I got of Parker Kelly blocking shot. Oh, sorry, my bad. This is Parker Kelly with a wild shift, one after the other, putting his body on the line just to get scored on. Yes, my brother, that's tough. But in MSG, Connor Clifton with the nut block was like, I can do that too. Over in Anaheim, we got a hot mic. And in Winnipeg, after the Jets got up 4-0 on Ottinger, the fans were absolutely ruthless. Referring, of course, to the U.S. native not likely to get the starting role over Winnipeg's Hellebuck in the Four Nations face-off. So much for friendly Canadians, eh? Here we've got Jalen Chatfield with his pregame routine that didn't exactly go to plan this time. And then, remember last week when we had the reunion of Fleury in Pittsburgh? Well, this week we got the mic'd version, and I just thought I had to share him chirping them though. Now in Washington, it's Dylan Strome with an all-time whiff right over the net as Ovi couldn't believe it. But speaking of him, the man had himself another week, scoring 3 more for 10 in 14 games now, as he's just 33 away from the record.
Oh, I'm always had fun.
And while Strome missed this one, fun fact, he's assisted on each of Ovi's 10 goals to start the year, which gets us over to the goals of the week, as we had plenty. In Nashville, it's Anze Kopitar from behind the net with the wherewithal to bank one off of Soros and in. Then Sasha Barkov giving us a beauty in the shootout, just a casual one-hander as he makes it look easy. As did the Flyers over in Carolina. It's Frost with an absolute snipe for his first of the year.
That is something else. Talk about a way to get off the schneid.
What's crazy is shortly after it was Konechny with technically a redirect, as you almost can't make it up. And then this was pretty cool. Celebrini, the youngest player in the league, scoring on the oldest player, Marc-Andre Fleury.
I mean, he's been in the league longer than I've been alive, I think, so.
The real beauty, though, came with his second of the night. It's the no-look, the shot, bar down. This kid is going to be a problem. Over in LA, we've got Hughes just dancing and ripping him as he was out there looking like, well, whatever this is. Over in New Jersey, we had Timo Meier scoring to give the Sharks the lead. You heard that right. Timo Meier still out here scoring for the Sharks. And fill that sink because we got some dirty dishes. You gotta check this out. Minnesota Gophers to win it, and Brody Zeimer bats it out of the air for the dub. Just nasty. Back in Colorado again, it's Nathan McKinnon with his wizardry to get around 2 guys, draw everyone in just to feed Wagner backdoor, who scores. Similarly, Draisaitl in Vancouver, what a play to get it back, as he would eventually be the goal scorer on top of it. But with that, we got another week of dumb questions, so we'll start with Stu.
Cameras pointed right at you in the locker room while you're tying your skates. Do you have to try really hard not to laugh?
Sometimes, especially when all the guys are looking at you and throwing sock tape at you or try to do anything to make you laugh while the camera's on.
What if you have a mosquito bite under your equipment?
I can't play anymore. It's too much.
Then Pinto next.
When you look up at a replay of yourself in the Jumbotron, do you ever go, damn, that was a good play?
I think everyone has done that before.
Do you ever skate away when you get called for a penalty and just hope the refs forget who did
it? Maybe when you were younger you could do that, but I think now in the NHL you really can't.
Sometimes do you skate so much you low-key forget how to walk? Like when you step off a treadmill and it feels like the ground is still moving?
No, I think we've been doing this a long time, since we were kids. So it's just, walking's walking, skating's skating.
You ever make a stupid face on the bench and then go, oh no, what if they saw that on camera?
No, I don't think...
I don't know about that, because that's literally what happened this week. But speaking of dumb questions, listen to this.
Hunter, did you trip on a stick or did you get tripped by a stick?
What's the difference?
Anyway, it wouldn't be hockey if we didn't get to the nasty stuff. In Anaheim, we got a post-game scrum that broke out as Kirill's like, can we just go home? But this thing went on so long that even the arena crew was over it and they cut the lights.
Gotta go, the lights are out.
And so Tom Wilson with the tongue will get us over to the hits of the week. It's Ovi first laying down Kyrou. Heading over to Winnipeg, it was the Matt Dumba truck with an old school hit on Ehlers. McAvoy laid the boom on Kampf in Toronto, and Makar in Colorado with a nice reverse hit on Svechnikov. The hits were flying as even the linesmen got caught up in them this week. Heading back to Winnipeg, it was Kucherov with a questionable hit on Connor that led to this beauty of a shiner the next day. But it's not all bad intentions, as Bedard, after clearing the nose of Sider, made sure to check in on him. Ah, what a nice guy. Or not. Not as much love for Lyubushkin. With that, let's get into some more quick ones. This one had me dying. Jack Hughes with the rehearsed lines on lockdown.
What are you learning about this team's resilience, being able to fight to the end and get the 2 points?
Yeah, that was a good game for us, and we're excited we won at home.
What about this contest made you guys feel so connected?
Yeah, that was just a good game from our line. We've been playing well, so we're nice we had a good showing.
How critical are those two before you go down to Florida to take on the Stanley Cup champions?
Every game's big for us, and we're excited.
Thanks so much, Jack.
Even his signature left us wanting more. Then in Boston, with Ullmark making his return, we got the return of the goalie hug pregame. And with it, let's get to the goalies. Remember Decord getting the zoomies and completely missing the boys to celebrate? Well, let's check in on if, yeah, there you go. He figured it out. And while Quick was out there yeeting sticks, Mrazek in Chicago would lose his stick. Taylor Hall decided to give him his, and wouldn't you know it, it came in handy as Mrazek made a stop with it. Now, as for saves, there were of course some great ones this week. We had Georgiev with a full banana split, gets across to make a great stop. Lindgren in Washington had himself a beauty, spreading out about as far as he could go to just get enough of it. While back in Chicago, it was Mrazek laying it all on the line as he just got the trapper on it. Heading to St. Louis, and say it with me, stay in your... Oh my God. Bennington, somehow able to get a paddle on it, makes a beautiful stop. Then over in Toronto, even Wall had to laugh at this one after the Red Wings would press. Chaos would ensue in the crease, but Stolarz has got it. Leave it to a goalie to go barehanded into a pile of blades, and yet he's like, what? There's no big deal. From there, how about we end it with a couple more quick ones? I thought this was really cool. Dennis Maruk, former Washington Capital at age 68, showed us he's definitely still got it. Honestly impressive. Then in New Jersey, this just made me laugh. Timo Meier goes down and Dawson Mercer forced to jump over him. And then the big one this week, of course, was the Winnipeg Jets with their 14th win in 15 games, officially broke the NHL record for the best start to a regular season ever. And of note, Nikolai Ehlers scored his 200th goal, as he's the only Danish player to achieve this. And speaking of which, I missed it last week, but he's also officially the highest scoring Dane of all time. All kinds of milestones over in the peg. But with that, I think I gotta call it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you in the next one.